Hey guys, welcome to my channel once again. Just dealing with this one poem again. Ek het 'n huisie by die see. Translation: I have a house near the ocean. This guy basically has built his house on the beach area on rocks, and the poem basically is about him bragging about how strong he built his house and how safe he feels. Right, let's go into this poem and read. Ek het 'n huisie by die see. Right. Ek het 'n huisie by die see, dis nag. Right here, it is night. Right, it's night time. Ek hoor aan een die golwe slaan. Ek hoor aan een. That is a repetitive thing. It happens constantly where the waves hit against the waves golwe. It hits against the rocks, right? So the sea, the waves hits against the rocks, and the speaker or the writer can hear it from inside the house, right? Teen aan die rots waarop my huisie staan. Teen aan die rots waarop my huisie staan. So he constantly hears the waves beating or hitting against or crashing against the rock where his house is built on, right? So basically the solid area where his house is built on, right? You can hear how the waves is crashing against it, right? Met al die oceaan se woeste krag, met al die oceaan, with all the oceans, right? Woeste krag, with all the ocean's power, right? All the ocean's power and might, right? Seems like here the speaker wants to tell us that the ocean has a problem with his house and he's trying to break it down, right? So here he says, with all the might of the ocean, as it crashes against the rock, his house is still standing there, and he's bragging about it, right? Ek hoor die winde huil. Here, personification, ek hoor die winde huil. Now, we all know that wind can't cry, but it has this sound that it makes. Sounds like dead people or souls. Here it says it's moaning, and then it's complaining. Basically, a soul that has not moved on, complaining through the night. Myself, I have not heard these things, but if you maybe have heard these things, download the sound that wind makes. You will hear the howling and the moaning and so forth, right? And the complaining of wind, right? Like that. Okay. Soos van verlore siele in hul nood, soos van verlore siele, soos, this is a comparison, like verlore siele, lost souls, in hul nood, in need, right? Lost souls in need. They are moaning, they are complaining, they are crying. The wind is making the sounds of lost souls in need, right? Al dwalend as they roam, klagend as they complain and moan, wat in graf en dood geen rus kon vind nie, graf en dood, in the grave, in death, geen rus, they could not find rest in the grave or in death, right? So now they are al dwalend, roaming around, complaining. This is the sound that the writer is comparing to the wind, right? Comparing with the wind, right? Geen rus kon vind nie, maar nog soek en smag. So the souls would be roaming around, still looking for, still searching, and still in need, right? They still have a thing that they need to, what is this word? Satisfied, right? They still need to be satisfied. So still looking for satisfaction, still seeking, still searching, still roaming, still complaining, could not find any rest in the grave, could not find any rest in death. This geen rust, it means no rest, okay? Right, so that is ek het 'n huisie by die see. Then we're going to look at the analysis part of it. I'm going to start down here. Die spreker in die gedig skets in woorde die beskerming van sy huis teen natuurelemente. Natuurelemente obviously being elements, the natural elements, like the weather and so forth. Die stormsee, the stormy sea, the wind beat, en dan hoe veilig hy binne in sy huis voel. He feels very safe. So he's talking about how safe he feels inside his house on the rock. Then it says, verse line 1 to 8, it describes the situation outside, the conditions outside his house. It is night. Daar is woed, a sea storm. Everything is wild outside and very dangerous. There's a sea storm outside. Die golwe breek kragtig teen die rotse. Die golwe breek kragtig with might teen die rotse. The golwe being the waves crashing mightily against the rocks. En die wind baie sterk. Right, en die wind baie sterk. The wind is very strong. Maar sy huis staan stewig. It is solid. Op 'n rots kan die aanslag van die storm afweer. Afweer, it means it can withstand the crashing and it can withstand the storm, right? Die herhaling van aaneen, herhaling meaning repetition. Repetition of aaneen. Aaneen is being constant. In vers 2, beklemtoon. Beklemtoon being emphasizing. Beklemtoon being emphasized. So if you want to write emphasize, please don't forget it is beklemtoon. Die gereelde ritmiese golfslag, gereelde, the usual ritmiese, the rhythmic movement of the ocean, the waves as it crashes, it's almost rhythmic as it is usual, right? Die winde word in vers 5 gepersonifiseer. Here it's personified, the wind, as the wind, die winde huil, die winde huil, kreun en klag, right? Personified. It cannot. This is only human beings that can cry and complain, right? Die klank na bootsende geluide. This is onomatopoeia. Please do not forget I think it's something like that, right? Onomatopoeia. Wat die wind word vergelyk, let op woord soos. Vergelyking. There will always be the word soos, right? Met die gekla van die dwalende siele. So here it is the complaining of the searching and the roaming souls. Onomatopoeia, that's the sounds that the wind make of the roaming and complaining souls. Okay, so that is then again on the other part of the analysis. Binne in sy huis voel hy veilig. Inside of his house, he feels very, very safe. Die atmosphere is warm en veilig. That is in contrast. Remember contrast, day and night. On this side, outside, it's describing the conditions as being cold, windy, dangerous. Inside, it is safe, veilig. It is warm. Right, so there's contrast there in the poem. A vuurtjie brand, so there's a fire burning. Die kers gee lig, so outside it's dark, inside it's light. Let veral hoe sterk die gehoorsintuig van die spreker beklemtoon word. Die gehoorsintuig, it is his hearing senses, because he's describing the sounds that he's hearing from outside, these hearing senses. Remember, it's cold and dark outside. Inside, it's warm. There's a fire that's burning. Then there's a candle that's giving some light, right? Die geluide van die wind en see buite teenoor hoe hy voel binne in sy huis, right? So here there's a comparison between how he feels what he hears outside, the dangers and the cold, and then inside, how he feels inside. He feels safe. Basically, if you go outside, you won't be safe, and you will definitely what? Perish or die. But his house, he is very proud of his house. He will stay inside. Right, die slotcouplet is 2 reëlige strofe, 'n couplet, it's 2 lines. Gee die gevolgtrekking van die spreker. Hy daag as te ware die natuurelemente uit. So this one is basically what is uitdaag? He is he's testing, right? The nature, the natural sea to come, or he's challenging the natural sea to come, the natural, the wind and everything else to come and try and destroy his house. Kom nag, come night, kom weer en wind, come weather and wind, kom oceaan, come ocean, basically taunting them challenging them to come and try and destroy his house. Maar hy weet sy huis staan op 'n rots. Right? So he knows his house is on a rock. Die couplet het ook 'n dieper betekenis. Also has a deeper meaning. Dit is die spreker se geloof. It is his faith. The other meaning is his faith, wat hom net soos sy huisie veilig beskerm. So his faith, just like his house, is protecting him against all dangers of life. Right? He feels very safe omdat dit op 'n rots gebou is. He has faith in his house because it is built on a rock. Right? Jesus is sy rots. So his faith in Jesus is his rock, and whatever comes against him shall not prosper. Right? So here we have a biblical reference to the poem again, where the speaker uses a house on the rock to refer to his faith in his belief of Jesus, and that nothing can come against him and nothing shall prevail. Okay, hope you understand this poem. It is a very easy poem, very short poem. Please like, subscribe, share, download the video, read the analysis part of it and how we went through it. Please tell a friend, subscribe to my channel. I need a lot of subscribers so I can get a lot of videos uploaded, okay? So please subscribe, tell a friend, and send the word around, all right? Sweet, thanks.